Give it up for Russell Brown.
How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah. I live here in Manhattan, and like any city, we got our share of homeless people. I remember seeing this one guy on the street. He had a sign which said, "Homeless and hungry." And he had a dog. Obviously, he wasn't that hungry. True story, by the way. There was a guy who used to hang out near my office. One day, my boss, Mary, slipped him a few dollars and said, "Now, don't you go spending this money on booze." And he says to her, "If I do, are you gonna spank me?" That's what made her take up running. Speaking of exercise, I went to the gym today. I gotta admit to you guys, we're very intimate here, I hate going to the gym. It's just so intimidating to me. I mean, now, I'm fine on the elliptical, you know. Let's get physical, physical. There's a 30-year-old reference for you. But when I'm doing the free weights, I'm surrounded by all these muscular arms. And then there are the guys. Have you ever noticed that people who work out regularly start speaking differently? They'll say things like, "Yeah, you know, I'm gonna tone up today, you know, tone my abs, firm my glutes, follow it up with some cardio." It's like they have their own kind of language, gym speak. Then they'll down some weird concoction of asparagus, kale, garlic, papaya, and if you stand next to them long enough, you'll witness firsthand their gym stink. But, you know, you gotta exercise, you gotta keep in shape, keep yourself marketing if you're out there dating. And I have to admit, I've done some online dating, and it's really, really hard. It doesn't matter what site you're on. They're all horrible. I wish they'd just call them what they really are. You know, eDisharmony, lackofchemistry.com, Don't. If you actually get to having a date with any of these online connections, you have to adjust your expectations. Now me, being a financial guy, I look at it like investing in a startup. 90% of them are gonna fail. You go out hoping for a Google, you end up with a MySpace. I've ended up with an awful lot of MySpaces. I went out with this one woman. She had described her body type as thin. Well, sure, she was thin by Walmart standards. And then I seemed to be on this streak of getting Eastern European and Russian women. Now, I'm not discriminating here. It's just they didn't get my pop culture references. I remember saying to one, "You know, I really wish I had an apartment like Monica and Rachel's." She says, "Who are Monica and Rachel? Are they friends of yours?" "Well, they're friends, you know. I'll be there for you." She looks at me and she's like, "So they are not real? Why you mention?" At this point, I was desperate for a date rewind app on my smartphone. You remember the good old days when you get a phone number and then maybe you get that "call me" gesture? Yeah, that was nice. Nowadays, what happens? Text me? Technology has just taken dating to a whole new level. We have so many more ways for people to reject each other. The whole accept, ignore option on a cell phone call that was developed by somebody who had just had one too many bad internet dates. Now, dating is something I thought would be easier now that I'm older. Nothing is easier when you get older. Take clothes, for instance. Now, I could dress like a downtown hipster, but there's a fine line between stylish and creepy old guy. You know exactly the type I mean. First, the guy gets LASIK surgery, then a members-only leather jacket, and if he hasn't gotten the Bosley hair treatment, he gets one of those bad just-for-men dye jobs. Now, this is where men are totally clueless. Women will spend hundreds of dollars going to a colorist like my friend Al, whereas guys think a $10 bottle from Duane Reade will do the trick. You know, when I was thinking about what to say tonight, it occurred to me this could go very much like one of my dates. 5 minutes of action, followed by hours of regrets and apologies. You've been great. Thank you.
Give it up for Russell Brown. Russell Brown.